What's going on YouTube? Thank you so much for tuning in again for another meal prep video. Today I am making one of my favorite go-to recipes. Super quick, super easy. I'm making zoodles, and all it is just spiralizing some zucchini with, I have what is called a veggetti, but if you have an attachment for a mixer or a mandolin, or if you're just gonna cut it up yourself, which would take significantly longer, but if that's the way you want to go, then it's totally fine. We're doing a zoodle shrimp scampi today. And if you are a fan of pasta, I think you will really like this recipe. It's generally a little bit lighter since you're not using any actual pasta. Alright guys, so first things first, we're starting off with 4 zucchini that I've just washed, and now I'm trimming off the ends before I get them ready for the spiralizer. So like I mentioned before, I'm using a veggetti. It has 2 ends. One side gets the noodles a little bit thicker, the other one comes out a little bit thinner. Doesn't matter, I'm using the thick end today. And this is super easy to use. I think I got this for less than 10 bucks from Target, and I love it. And the next thing you're gonna do is heat up a pan and drizzle a few tablespoons of vegetable oil in it. Let that heat up really nicely before you put anything into the pan. Once the pan gets nice and hot, you're gonna add about 3 tablespoons of garlic, and make sure you stir it so it gets nice and browned evenly. Once that's done, you're gonna add about a bag of peeled deveined shrimp. You can get them fully cooked or raw. If you're going raw, make sure you cook thoroughly before adding anything else to the pan. And I'm adding about a cupful of grape tomatoes. Just make sure you stir everything around, make sure nothing gets stuck to the bottom of the pan. Next thing that you want to do is add the juice and the zest from 1 lemon into the pan right now. It's just going to give it a really nice, light, citrusy flavor. And with the zest, you don't need a whole lot. Maybe just a teaspoon or so will give it just the amount of flavor that you need. Next, we're going to add a little bit of pepper and Himalayan pink salt to taste. This is something you can adjust as you go. As you know, the liquid level changes in the recipe, you might want to keep an eye on it. Make sure not to over salt, but definitely just keep an eye on how things are turning out. Next, I'm gonna add a couple of tablespoons of red chili flakes to the mix. This is obviously something that you can adjust to your taste. If you want it spicier, like I do, I'm gonna go back in a second and add a couple more tablespoons. Now, if you don't like spicy, you can just leave it at 1 tablespoon. It just adds a little bit of extra flavor to it, a little kick that complements the rest of the dish really nicely. Be sure to stir well. And now we have the most important part of our dish. Our 4 zucchini that have been spiralized are gonna go straight into the pan. You're gonna give it a slight toss, so make sure everything gets coated in what's in the pan. And then you're gonna cover it with a lid and just let it cook down. The zucchini noodles will reduce a little bit over time, and turn the heat down a little bit if it's on high. You want to keep this on medium just so nothing burns at the bottom. Next thing you're going to want to do is drain out whatever liquid is in the pot, and then add about 1 cup of vegetable stock to the pan and let it continue to simmer. This way we just get a little bit of the water out and a little bit more flavor into the pan. Then we're going to add my favorite part, about 3 tablespoons of the sauce. Will get really creamy and it'll have a really nice texture to it. In total, I let the zoodles cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. You just got to keep an eye on it. You want them to be pretty soft. And there you have it, shrimp scampi zoodles. This is absolutely delicious. It's one of my favorite meal preps to do. Super easy, super simple, and not terrible to look at. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. Try this recipe out. What you think. Thanks for tuning in again, guys.